Viva Las Vegas. Welcome to Who You Got. We are your home for the NHRA and drag racing betting and gambling insights. This week, the NHRA heads to the Sin City, Las Vegas, baby. And I'll be joined soon by the tag team experts of drag racing, Elon Werner, the brains of Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, and Rex Simmermaker, the mastermind of Winlight Bets. I'm your host, JT Hudson from Drag Illustrated, and we're about to send it through the water box. We've got the ultimate tips from Denzy's Deetz, fan data from Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, and opening odds from PlayNHRA. So strap in and join us for the episode 11 of Who You Got. It's time to get in the game, but remember, folks, gambling money has no home. Let's get it. What's up, guys? We're heading to Vegas for the weekend. You need a lunch?
Cannot wait. And I'm back, baby. Took one race off. Thank you guys for giving me a little grace.
I forgot what you look like.
I know. Handsome.
Mike was trying to take your spot, and I told him nope.
Well, I appreciate him doing better than me. I think he did, on the gambling side. But I was really just hoping I would go plus 400. Just, the money would still go in my bank.
I almost did that for you. Did you? When do you fly out?
I fly out tomorrow. I fly out Thursday, so I'll be able to confirm that the buildings are beautiful and the drinks are still free. So Vegas is still doing okay, I think. So
wait a second. It's getting hard to get free drinks in Vegas, I think.
Well, I mean, just flag down those cocktail waitresses and just
Yeah.
Hey, I'm heading to. I just tell them I'm heading to the high rollers room.
Right.
I'm heading. Hey,
you're heading there. Yeah.
I'm heading there. I'm on my way.
It's a hack.
Yeah, that's a little pro tip. Hey, just came out of the high rollers room. Going to go to the bathroom real quick. Catch me when I'm coming out, and then
Yeah, can you get me a 6-pack?
Right, exactly. Just a bucket of Miller Lights. Fine.
Yeah, no big deal.
It's a good thing they've never heard that before. It's a good thing.
There's no new material in Vegas at all. So the Strip, it's next to last race. So it's going to be wild coming out of
2 races left in the season. Wow, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So it's going to, I think, the big news is John Force back on the property. Huge.
Yep.
Cannot wait to see, not racing, but I can't wait to see the reception he gets and just how he's received, which I'm sure will be nothing but positives, but it'll be really interesting. I worked for Force for 14 seasons, and I never drove him anywhere on a golf cart. He either walked or rode that scooter, and I don't think the scooter's in place. So most likely seeing Force on a golf cart could be a sight to see. Because
that would be different. Yeah, he about wears that scooter out.
He does. We put a tracker on him one time for ESPN, and he drove, I think over the course of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he drove nearly 40 miles on the property on his scooter.
He doesn't want to stop. He says he can't stop because he can't get started. He can't get up.
He's like a great white shark. If he's not moving, he's dying.
That's right. That's right.
Good
to see him back. Yeah, very good. I mean, I don't know if we could have said that a month or so ago.
Right. I agree. It's going to be exciting, and then Brexman, what do we got? Over 40 top field racers and funny cars this weekend.
Yeah, it's huge, right? I mean, it's good that we brought out the big guns, kind of finish up the year. It's great stuff.
And it's going to make that countdown interesting because those guys, you get that many quality cars, and there's going to be some really good one-offs that going to push some of these guys down in the standings. And then you're going to get, another Antron versus Justin head-to-head matchup, a Tony Stewart versus Steve Torrance.
Yeah. And I mean, even if a park breaks or, you have a failure somewhere, it's extra. extra cars in the field, probably a tighter field than what you'd like, And I guess earlier when the countdown started, we heard a few drivers talking about maybe they wouldn't make all the races, but it seems like that the car count and participation has been really good.
Yeah, for the last couple, everybody wants Vegas West Coast, so you get your Paul Lees, your Jeff Deals, all those guys will come out, which is going to be good, and it's going to be exciting to see that Vegas track is really good. Also, it's going to be cool. I think the high temperatures are like in the mid 60s for the highs, so that just means that track's going to be crazy.
You going to SEMA then after that?
Yeah, I'll stay over for SEMA. So track operators meeting on Monday, and then SEMA on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then that's great. I will have reached my limit of people by about 3:37 on Tuesday.
It's like, well, and it's not going to get any better either. I mean, we have PRI, we have the Winter Series coming up, pro race. It's going to be there is no off season.
No, which is good. But I went to Nashville for the first time on the off weekend after the Fall Nationals with my wife. And Nashville, I'd never been before, but so Broadway to me is very Vegas-like. We were there Friday, Saturday, and all day Sunday. And by Sunday afternoon, I was ready to get the F out. I was basically over people. It was fun, but that's Vegas for me. It's like I can do the race, but then by Tuesday, I'm just Vegased out.
Yeah, Nashville is an absolute blast, man.
It was so much fun. Yeah. We did the Johnny Cash Museum, Patsy Cline Museum, hit all the bars. I mean, has to be the rooftop bar capital of the world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the weather was great.
You didn't pull a Morgan. Was it Morgan Whalen that threw a chair?
Morgan Whalen. I did not throw anything off the rooftops or anything like that. But it was again just bachelorette parties on top of bachelorette parties on top of bachelor. I mean. What were these young ladies doing before Nashville became a thing? I guess they're all going to Vegas, but
yeah, man, I tell you, if I ever get married again, I'm going to have my bachelorette party there.
Yeah, you should. I'll come out there and
we'll have my bachelor party in Vegas, bachelorette party.
Right? Yeah, smart.
Yep,
smart.
As many parties as you can pack in for an event, Then you still got the reception, showers,
all that stuff. But yeah. But yeah, so Vegas this weekend, and it's down to the, there's no other way to say it. It's down to the nut cutting time for these guys.
That's true. That's true. Well, you were gone last week, but we went ahead and gave you Mike's money.
Nice.
Yes. So Mike ended up winning 107. I was at 90, and I think Rex actually won pretty good, but I didn't have the numbers with me, Rex, so I will get that updated next week. But yeah, I think you had a very good weekend.
I had a winner in Pro Stock and Funny Car, I think.
That's the only thing that does suck, like when we're sprinkling that money around like that, if one of our big ones that we don't hit. But, it keeps you alive, though.
Yeah.
To bet the next one. So
I'm just going to, once again, this week, I'm going to have to go big, bet my way out of debt.
There you go. Chase it, baby. Let's go.
Chase it. Just let's go. Chase it.
That's right, baby.
And if you did place 100 on on all the winners last week, you would have profited or walked out with $3,325.09.
That is pretty amazing.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, you would think that I'm going to bet the favorites. That would almost be.
I mean, and Justin Ashley, Matt Hagan. I mean, none of these were like big surprises,
Right.
I guess out of all of them, maybe Jaggy, but Jaggy's no stranger to winning.
No. And we'll get into that with the Denzy Deetz. I mean, it was Jaggy versus Greg. Mm-hmm. So old school Summit versus Jegs, quasi KB Titan versus Elite final, which we're going to probably see more of in the next two races.
That's how it ought to be.
Yeah, I agree.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
And then I guess we can dive right in here to Denzy's Deetz.
And I mean, Denzy has his pulse on this because these are the three guys that have been doing the most damage. The only guy I think that I would probably add in would be Chase Van Zandt or Richard Gadsden. Gadsden's going for Rookie of the Year, and I think he's due for a win one of these last two races. But man, Gage at the Texas Fall Nationals was just nails the whole weekend. And I don't see any reason. He killed it last year at Vegas. I don't see anything slowing him down. The only thing that's going to slow Gage Herrera down is Gage Herrera.
9 wins, 20 wins out of 28 races.
Yes.
Man, it's just wild.
Matt Smith has got to be chewing nails. I mean, he had a parts breakage in Dallas. And that's, again, the only thing that's been hurting him is I think he's wringing everything out of his bike that he can wring out of it to get it going quick and fast.
Yep. And then you have this wild card pick in Hector, 3 wins at the Strip. He's got history there, and his dad was a legend.
Yeah, his dad basically owned that place for a while.
Right. So if you're looking for a dark horse with chops to shake things up,
yeah,
he is your guy.
Hard to go against Denzy on that one.
And then we move on here to Pro Stock.
Man,
Eric Anders, imagine that.
Yeah, they somebody did they should do a deal where, like, on Google Maps and just type in Erica's house, and it should just basically be the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, because she owns that place. 6 wins, but this year, I couldn't believe when I read the stat that Gainesville was her last win.
And no finals in 11 races.
Yeah. I just feel like she's always in the conversation, but Dallas and Aaron and Jeg have just been gobbling up. And Greg hasn't really done anything great shakes. The finals and stuff.
Yep.
But, I mean, to me, this is Dallas Glenn's breakthrough opportunity. We talked about it before the show, JT. In 2021, when Dallas was Rookie of the Year, he was neck and neck with Josh Hart coming into this race for Rookie of the Year. And when no pun intended, when the chips were down, he won this race. And I think he's going to lean on that to really – he's got the points lead with 2 races left. He's got some maturity. I think he's going to be really, really tough to beat. Yep.
And then the rivalry that we just discussed a little bit ago, Elite Motorsports versus KB Titan. And it's a straight-up rivalry. Yeah. Deetz racked up 11 wins. KB Titan has got 7. It's a season-long battle. And, we had Dallas on last week. He said he was gonna leave the rivalry stuff, and he's going to leave that to Erica and Greg. That him and Aaron, they love the competition. But, no, and I mean, rivalries are good for sports. So
yeah. It's funny when he says that, because I remember talking with Robert Height when they would race 4 wide, and he goes, well, he always wanted to get into a quad with Force and Cruz Pedregon, because he knew he could advance, because he would just do his thing, and he knew that Force and Cruz would screw around with each other and like try to do all this crazy roll in deep, and he's like, all those guys are doing is thinking about how they're going to screw each other up. And he goes, I just did my deal. And he goes, and 4 wide, he goes, I could just finish top 2 until the final round. And he goes, if I got to the final and it was John and Cruz, he goes, my confidence level went through the roof.
Right. Because you just let them cannibalize each other.
Just let them they just screwed. And I think that's what, Dallas and Aaron have been able to do, is they've just been able to kind of stay under the radar, and they're racers. So people haven't been asked, and they're both hands-on with their cars. So they're not out and about so much.
That's true. That's very true.
But yeah, the elite KB Titan racing deal is going to be awesome to watch for years to come.
It is. Yep. Moving on here to Funny Car.
Let's just look at this list of 5 drivers here.
Oh, it's just crazy. Yeah.
Any one of them could win the championship. Tasca, by his own admission, says he's out, which I think mathematically he may be, but I bet he's still gunning for 340 this weekend. And then it's Proc's championship to lose. He can lock it up. He's got to get to 191 in the points at the end of the day on Sunday. If he can get to that, he's got the championship in the bag.
And then Caps has 4 wins at Vegas, and he runner-up at Texas. So
Yeah, and then
you got Jack, who you got John Force on the property, who
right.
I mean, for Jack and Austin, really, I mean, that's going to be big. I think
huge motivator.
Everybody's going to be
motivator.
up in their fields, and everybody will give that little extra effort.
Yeah,
going to be fun to watch. Top Fuel.
This is I'm most looking forward to see if Justin Ashley can finally seal the deal. I mean, they've run out of money. They've run out of parts. This is the year they've got everything they need. He was dominant in Dallas. You know, can he break through in Vegas? But it will not be easy with 19 other Top Fuel dragsters out there. And I'll tell you, probably the guy that's the hungriest is Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
He knows he's got 2 races left. He was so pissed in Dallas about how his car's running. I mean, he almost didn't qualify for Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people realize how close he came to missing the show in Dallas, which, I mean, he would have been hot to trot. But you look at Torrance, you look at Coletta, and Tony Schumacher's done really well there. But I think this could be – Denzy talks about this race as a dark horse race, a Jasmine Salinas, a Josh Hart. Sean Reed has been running good. I mean, some of these guys could jump up and get you.
Yeah, man. And then Tony, he kind of owns the Vegas track here with the most wins and the most number ones. So, and he's won this year. So
yeah, he's got a good race car. I mean,
yeah.
So, but man, Denzy's been spot on pretty good. So his it'll be can't wait to see his Pomona stuff. But he put a lot of thought into these. So sign up for Bracket Bonanza. DragRaceBracketBonanza.com, and you can get all this information plus more stats Friday morning straight to your inbox.
Bam. Well, we'll just go ahead and dive in here to the odds. Well, no, before we do that, let's go ahead and let's hit on the Drag Race Bracket Bonanza.
Yeah. The fans for Dallas race were not far off. I mean, they've been super consistent, but they dipped a little on gauge, but then they've just come back super strong over these last couple races. Having to be Gage and Matt, going to the final, which is funny because, we do cowboy hats for the Fall Nationals winner, and they both have the exact size. They're both 7 1/4 guys.
Me too.
Yeah. So
I'm guessing you're not.
I'm not. I'm like a 7 somewhere between 7 5/8.
Woo!
I've got a pretty good sized melon. I'm not
Rex,
quite 7 3/4. Like a 7 3/4 sits too low, and a 7 5/8 is pretty good. They can kind of stretch it out just a little bit for me.
I've got a hat stretcher if you need it.
Yeah. So Gage, it was great. You only had to take one hat to the top end versus the other categories. We had 2 different hats. So we had one for the winner and then one that was just cloaked in defeat.
Just say it with me, guys. The sun rises in the east, it sets in the west, and Gage Herrera wins Pro Stock Motorcycle. That's what happened.
Yes. Yes, that is what happens. Now, look at Jeggy getting no respect.
No respect.
It's insane.
But
absolutely insane.
The fact that the top 4 has pretty well spread out now. That Erica, Greg, Dallas, and Aaron. I think the fans vote and know who they think is going to win, and the fact that it's that evenly spread out, I think, speaks very well to the category strength.
It does. Erica's still pulling a lot of the fan votes, though, huh?
Oh, she is. She gets so much. And she gets the reigning.
For good reason, though.
She was the defending race winner. She won. So there's a lot of pluses in her checkbox on that deal.
Mm-hmm. Funny car.
And this one was the shocker for me of just how overwhelming Proc still is. I mean, he's approaching Gage Herrera level dominance. When Beckman had to drop out, people had already started filling out their brackets and stuff. But I bet if people had a do-over and they knew Beckman wasn't racing, I bet 90% of that 17% would have gone to Proc.
Yeah, probably.
You know, but it's still, you know, guys. He's just been so dominant. I mean, the guy's been number one qualifier 13 times. You know, been to so many finals. How do you go against that guy? He's another one that's getting dangerously close to, like Rex said, sun rising in the east and setting in the west. You know, unless something breaks on his car, that's the only thing that's slowing him down. Was a broken throttle cable.
That's crazy.
I bet Beckman was tore up about having to bow out.
That was a tough one.
Yeah,
I can't imagine how tough that is.
Everything that he probably tried everything he could do to stay in that.
I'm sure.
Unlike a certain Colts quarterback,
unlike that Colts quarterback who just was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of tired. I want to come out of the game."
3rd and goal. Hey man, give me a breather.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to set me out. I mean, I bet Beckman did everything he could to be like, okay, I think I can do this. Okay, what if I tried that? I mean, and then ultimately that's such a tough deal, but also a class act on his part to understand getting behind the steering wheel of an 11,000 horsepower funny car is nothing to mess around with.
Absolutely. Right. It's the right choice. Top Fuel. Boy, this was spread out a little bit.
Yeah, for someone that hasn't won any races this year, Brittany Force gets a lot of grace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that speaks to her. You know, she's still got credentials, but to me, you look at, you know, this middle of this deal where Justin's only getting less than 5%, Tony, Doug Coletta, these guys are all guys that have won, you know, and are in the championship hunt, but the fans want what the fans want. And in Texas, they love them some Steve Torrance too. So he's tough to beat in Texas. But yeah, it's when you look at the guy that actually won the race with less than 5%, it'll be interesting to see how this thing gets shuffled up. You know, for Vegas. Vegas is one of our most popular races for Bracket Bonanza. We've had the most players filling out brackets at this race last year and this year. Yeah. I don't know if it's just people just get into it, but yeah, the Vegas 4-wide was our biggest race. We had nearly 2,000 brackets filled out. And that's, you know, kind of right around where we're hovering. But Vegas has always been huge for us. So I think it's the mindset of people that, you know, get after it.
Look at that. Our boy Spencer even got a pick down there.
Yeah. You know, it's going to be interesting to see this week with all the guys and gals that are there that haven't raced regularly, how it all shakes out.
All right. Go back to the odds here.
Yeah.
So in Funny Car, we've got Austin Proc is the clear favorite at plus 296, and then Bob Tasca is the second, is behind him with plus 710. So pretty big gap there.
Yeah.
And then last week's winner, Hagen at 716.
Rex, who do you like here, buddy?
Well, I'm gonna put my money on Ron Capps. That's where my money's going. But it's just simply because I don't like the way the money line looks for Austin Proc. I mean, it just when you go triple your money for a single guy in that field, when there are a lot of people that can get it done, I just don't like those odds for him. And the last time I was there, Ron won. So I mean, I feel like he's, you know, like you just get comfortable at certain tracks, man. You just
You're
get
right.
comfortable. And so I like the number there. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, go to Mr. Wonderful here. We're trying to make money. So that's what we're doing at 826. I like it for $50, JT. Mark it down.
All right. I'm gonna ride the hot horse with Matt Hagen for 100.
Hagen 100. 716. I'm gonna do 50 on Proc and 50 on Hagen.
Hard to argue with that, guys.
Yeah.
It is. And yeah, I mean, Gosh, this whole top of this field is pretty stout. So
Crazy.
who would your dark horse be here, guys? If you had to pick one down here with these higher odds.
I would say for me it would be Chad Green.
So I was kind of thinking. Okay. Top fuel. You would talk about a stacked field. I mean, this is ridiculous, man.
I think it's crazy that I can go 100 on Justin Ashley at plus 848, and the guy's in the points lead and has won most recent winners, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 100 on Justin Ashley and figure that this is going to be his breakthrough for the championship. But I do also want to put 50 on Josh Hart as my long shot.
Got it. Hart with the 21 plus 2183.
Yeah.
Ooh. You
I see he's
might
betting
be able
a lot
to-
of this.
you might have a little extra jingle to go one that
Yeah,
you ever-
I might actually be able to sit down for 20 minutes at a penny slot.
Who you going with here, Rex?
I like $50 on AB again. 575. I like those numbers, and the last time I was there, he found a way to get in the winner circle, and then the other $50 is going to go on Smoke. Tony Stewart, 1381. I mean, he's the only guy that has ever won at all three tracks in Vegas.
That's true.
But he's not won, at the highest level. And smoke is smoke. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I would hate for you not to take him, and then he win.
Right. I'm pot committed at this point, JT.
You are pot committed. I'm going to go 50 on Justin Ashley at the 848, and then I'm going to go 50 on. I'm going to go 50 on Sarge down here at 1199.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, baby.
I could keep picking in this class.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy. Yeah, Brittany, who was a fan favorite there last week, is
Right.
plus 1266 here.
Yeah. I mean, and you just keep wanting to say eventually that car's going to turn around. But until it does, what are we going to do?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Pro stock. E comes in as the favorite at plus 471. Dallas Glenn following her at 499. Then Aaron Stanfield at 574. And Greg Anderson at 642. And then Jeg, winner last week.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Winner last week.
And it's done well at this track.
48. Yes. He's more of an underdog this race than he was last week
Yeah.
No sense.
after a win.
Thank
That's-
God makes her,
that's wild.
God makes her drunk. I'm sure of it. You've already been partying in Vegas too long.
Yeah.
What you boys gonna do here?
All right. I will tell you guys. Listen, this is my favorite class. I have no idea what to do here. So I'm gonna splash this thing. I'm gonna
Just
go
splash it.
50. I'm going 50 on the top five. Double E, Dallas, Aaron, Greg Anderson, and Jeggy. That's so 250 of my 400 goes in this class. We're gonna try to make some money.
Okay. Get all these wrote down here for
I know
you.
I'm making you work.
No, I love it, man. And Jeggy. Got it.
But all five of those capable, good odds. You're not going to be shocked in any of those guys or in Erica. Finding a way to a winner circle there.
And I think I have 150 left. So I'm going to go 50 on Dallas and 50 on Aaron Stanfield.
What are we gonna do? Sorry.
50 on Dallas and 50 on Aaron Stanfield.
50 on Aaron. I like that. I'm going to go. Boy, it's just so hard in this one, isn't it?
Because I feel like one of these Quadra brothers has got to break through too.
Yeah.
With these elite cards, that's the one where I'm like agonized because I was like, man, I go Christian or Fernando Quadra Jr. could get something done. And I mean,
I'm going to go 50 on Aaron, and I'm going to go 50 on Jeg. And I'm going to do a dark horse here somewhere. What am I going to do?
Telling you, Fernando Quadra Jr., JT.
Okay, I'll try her.
I don't know why. I just feel like those guys,
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it pays off, I just want a 12-pack of Miller Lite. That's all I'm looking for.
No, it's easy peasy. Hell, I've got that left over in my fridge from a party, I'm sure.
I don't want your skunk beer. I want fresh. Don't give me
your Miller Lite.
I'm only renting it. You don't really.
Yeah, that's right. Put it through your special filtration process. Pro stock motorcycle. Gage Herrera, negative odds at 112. And then Matt Smith behind him at 274 plus odds. So, guys, it's just, I mean, you double your money basically, right? So,
yeah.
If you take Gage,
I'm going to put my last 50 on Richard Gadsden. I think
he'd come through for you eventually, right?
I think this is the race he locks up Rookie of the Year. I think he does really, really well and gets a lot of people on his side. I know a lot of people are already on his side, but I think this race, he's been to 3 finals. He's done all kinds of things off the track, but I think this race he gets it done.
I'm going to do my last 50 on Matt Smith.
At least you make a little that way.
Yep. And he's going to be going for it. So
yeah, he is.
Well,
so Rex, are you out of money, Rex?
I'm out of money, and I don't like the odds on any of that stuff anyway. So
I thought about it too. Yeah,
Okay,
now these are what I love. I love these head-to-heads.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 50. You just pick you.
Okay. Well,
we'll give you. We're just making new rules, so
I'm at least going to make it interesting. And my head says I should take Justin Ashley versus Sean Langdon, but I'm going to go ahead and take Brittany over Tony Stewart for 50.
Okay.
So you got a bonus 50 for Rex too?
Yep.
I feel like maybe a Doug Coletta pick here feels right. I don't know if that's
Coletta,
but that's where my money's going to go. Yes.
All right. And these are tough.
Yeah. Very tough.
I'll take
now Jasmine is in Mike's car that won the race last year. Don't forget that.
Yep.
It's a good point.
I was going to split it up, but that'd take too long. But I'll do Sarge over Jasmine. So.
No. All right.
Yeah. These are fun though.
Yeah.
I'd love to sit and do these all day long.
I could do them all day.
And then our sponsors, Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, Winlight Bets, and Racers Club, and Drag Illustrated.
And so for Bracket Bonanza, 2 races left in the countdown. So you can still sign up. We're going to do double points for Pomona like we did last year. Champ belts on the line for the top 3 finishers. And then we just took delivery Brandon Baker from Baker Design did a design on an impact helmet for us for the overall champion. We're going to get all the top 10 finishers to sign a helmet. So the overall champion, the person that wins the whole season, is going to get an autographed helmet. So probably too late to really get in the running for that, but definitely can still get in the running for a countdown. Sign up anytime, dragracebracketbonanza.com.
I'm excited to get one of those prizes.
Yeah.
So however you got to fix it,
Make that happen.
Make it happen.
Well, shockingly, we had a couple that were unclaimed, and we sent them emails. And we're like, hey, man, you got 2 weeks to let us know if you want your prizes. And the 2 weeks passed, so we went to the number 2 finisher and said, hey, belated congratulations. The first place winner didn't claim their prize, so we're going to pass it on to you. Both of them, within 15 minutes, responded. Hey, man.
That's right.
I definitely want that prize. So it's just a whole – and we're down. We did it. We've got a promotion going on right now. I think there's only 10 states where we haven't had a winner. So we're trying to get winners in all 50 states by the end of the season, which is doable.
Yeah.
So
– yeah, I saw you had somebody win from Missouri. It wasn't me.
Wasn't you. No. Had a couple Canadian winners. Drag Race Bracket Bonanza is big in the Great White North.
Is it?
Yeah. We've probably sent 6 prizes up there, JT.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What
about Australia? You have?
Oh, I haven't done Australia. We've had players in Australia, but I haven't had to ship. I had to ship. Well, one guy won in the Philippines, but luckily he was coming over here. So I just sent it to his brother's house. But we had to send him to the UK, Germany, Canada. Haven't had to send one to Mexico yet, but that'll happen. But we got players playing. I'll tell you who's helped us is Ida Zetterstrom. We have tons of people playing in Sweden and the UK, and I guarantee you they're all picking her.
I think I told you that, guys, this before, and you were there. PRI when she was 30 under 30.
Yeah.
And we drew, and Lincoln Welders was giving them a whole setup, the whole Lincoln Welder and everything, and she won it. And then they were also there like, oh shit, how are we gonna get this over to her? Oh, she's a good person.
Rex, what do you got going on with Winlight Bets, man? Are we coming?
Yeah, we're getting close. Yeah, so we're working with the developers now. We're trying to push out the MVP. It's getting close.
Nice.
We're hoping for around PRI that we'll have it done.
Awesome.
But just there'll be some testing and things like that have to be done. But it's every day our developers, they show us something new. And Elon, you know how that is. That development process. Some days you go, man, I can't. And then the next day you go, that is so awesome.
Right.
It's so cool, and it's a very much up and down thing that you go through. But very, very excited about what we're going to have for next year.
Very cool.
The ability for people to really get involved at a new level.
I'm looking forward to it. And then PRI here after this race, and we get the season wrapped up. We're going to have some fun stuff, I think, for PRI.
Oh yeah.
We'll have the party, of course, on Thursday night as well. Mm-hmm. I think also on Thursday at around, at 3:00 on Thursday, we'll probably go live for the West Buck show. There in the podcast booth at PRI. And I don't know, we were just talking about it. I may just I may bring a couple coolers and some beer, and just do a happy hour and just have everybody kind of swap in, swap out, and have all the shows there and have a lot of the racers there. And so if you're around,
you're going to have for the VIP party, Rex and I have our usual luxury couches set up there.
Absolutely.
Roped off.
Yeah, you can have my spot, 'cause I'm usually running hot laps. So it's a good time though. So if you haven't ever been to PRI or the party or any of that stuff, swing by, shoot the shit. That's what we do. So
for sure.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, hey, good luck this weekend, everybody.
Yep. You too. Hey, don't lose everything.
Yeah. Don't worry. I've got my betting money. I've got my backup money. I got my bail money, and then I've got my backup bail money.
Boom. It brings true meaning to gambling money has no home.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just got to have more homes.
right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and we will catch you. When's the next race? It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
After this one? Yep.
Yeah, 2 weeks after this one.
Yep. So we'll be off next week, and then we'll be back on before the NHRA race the following week. So we'll
Awesome.
see y'all then. Thank y'all.